Hi friends, today we are going to learn about what is a pure function in JavaScript. Pure function is a function that has two properties. Deterministic, a pure function always produces the same output for the same input. It does not rely on modify any external state. No side effects. A pure function does not produce any observable side effects such as modifying external variables, performing IO operations, or altering any external state. Key characteristics of pure functions. Consistent output. The output of pure function is solely determined by its input parameters. If you call a pure function with the same arguments multiple times, it will always return the same result. No side effects. A pure function does not alter any variable objects outside of its scope. It does not interact with outside of the world. Example, it does not modify global variables, write to files, update databases. Easy to test because pure functions are deterministics and have no side effects. They are easier to test. You can test them simply by providing inputs and verifying that the output matches expected results. Example of pure function. A simple pure function that adds two numbers. Function add takes two arguments and add that. So that output is 2 comma 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. In this example, deterministic. The function add 2 comma 3 always return 5 no matter how many times it's called. So no side effects. The add function does not modify any external variables or state. It just computes the results based on its inputs and returns it. Example of impure function. So we have a let counter, we have initialized with 0 external state, and we have function increment counter and counter plus equal to 1 and return the counter 1. So when we call with increment counter, the first one output is 1 and the second time is output is 2. So in this example, the function increment counter is impure because it modifies an external state counter. The output depends not only the input, if any, but also on external state. Why are pure functions important? Predictability. Since pure functions always return the same output for the same input, they are highly predictable, which makes debugging and understanding your code easier. Testability. Pure functions are easier to unit test. You can test them by providing inputs and verifying outputs without worrying about the external state. Referential transparency. Pure functions have the property of referential transparency, meaning that the function call can be replaced with its output value without changing the behavior of the program. For example, add 2 comma 3 method can be replaced with 5 everywhere in program. Concurrency and parallelism. Since pure functions do not depend on modified shared state, they are ideal for concurrent or parallel execution. You can safely call pure functions in parallel without worrying about race conditions side effects. Pure functions versus impure function. Aspect pure function, impure function output. It's a pure function always deterministic, same output for same input. Impure output can vary based on external state. Side effects, no side effects, does not modify external state. Can have a side effect, example modifying global variables IO operations. State does not rely on modify any external state, can rely on modify external state. Testability, easier to test as output only depends on inputs, harder to test due to external dependencies. Example of pure versus impure function. So first we'll see pure function multiply with a comma b arguments and a multiply b with b, deterministic, no side effects. And here you can see impure functions, there is a outside, there is a let result is there, and a multiply by with b modifies external state. So whenever we give with 1 or 2, this will modify. And console dot multiply 2 comma 3 output 6, it's a pure function. Console dot impure multiply 2 comma 3 output 6, impure function modifies external state. This is a pure function. Summary of pure functions. Pure function always return the same output for the same inputs, have no side effects. They are easier to reason about, test and debug. They help promote immutability and functional programming principles. So this is all about pure functions in JavaScript, friends. Thank you.